And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy.
And Sterno Supernova.
Hey there, Sterno. What is going on?
Nothing much. How you doing, Boogie?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
I know we're in one of your favorite seasons of the year, the March Madness stuff.
March Madness.
So how are you doing?
College basketball. Well, it hasn't started yet.
No, I mean, I know that you were happy that our school got into the dance and all that. And so are you like riding a high, or are you just kind of just...
It's a jumble. I mean,
uh-huh.
I've been preoccupied all week with tournaments and basically just watching basketball. So yeah, I'm happy my team won. But yeah, and there's still more to come.
Right.
So I'm excited. I'm excited going to March Madness because anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm so excited. So yeah, I mean that's gonna be my life for the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how else to say it other than, it's my favorite sport event of the year. Bigger than the Super Bowl, bigger than World Series. Yeah, bigger than all of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it takes, this is huge. I mean, I understand. We talked about it for many years because you've been about this every year, so it's cool.
Yep, and again this year I'm just so excited. So excited, especially that I have my alma mater's in it, Old Dominion University.
Right.
But that makes it so hard because now when I'm doing my brackets, I do my brackets for money.
So sentimentality is out of it, but
it's so hard not because I live and die through this team.
Right.
So of course I believe they can beat everybody. They just can't. I believe they can win it all.
But you got to be realistic when it comes to your money.
Yes.
Okay.
So it just makes it so hard. It's so, this is the first time they've been in it in 8 years.
Yeah.
So the last 8 years, filling out my brackets have been easy. Well, not easy, but I haven't had to throw that wrinkle in the mix about, the team that I live and die through, having to pick them to lose on a certain day. I just haven't had to do that.
Right.
So this year, I'm picking Old Dominion University to win it all.
Screw pragmatism, whatever.
Duke ain't gonna,
yeah, whatever. Duke ain't got nothing on us.
I just can't do it. I just can't pick against them. I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the bracket. And I'm like, man, there's no way I can have them losing against I don't know, against Villanova or I just don't see them losing. And like I said, because I've been living and dying through them all. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. It'll be fun. But yeah, it's going to consume my life for the next 2 weeks. Going to consume my life. In fact, while I'm talking, I'm trying to look at these brackets as we're recording this have just been announced.
Right.
As in like seconds ago.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I am.
The selection recap is on the TV. We're talking and all this, and yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I am doing. My head is in a whole bunch of different places right now.
Right.
I've had people. I mean, I'm a little late today because people have been calling me, texting me, talking about this stuff because they know I'm all in on this. So.
I mean, I expect you to be late. Like, I'm not even worried about it. So that's fine.
So yeah,
it's that time of year.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I am excited. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually going through this bracket right now as I'm talking. As I'm texting people also online that.
God.
But I'm looking for certain teams too that I'm not seeing. Old Dominion University has a Filipino on the roster. For those of you who don't know,
right?
He doesn't play, but he's on the roster.
Right.
Lauren Brill. So for our listeners, if you have a reason to root for them, other than, that we're rooting for them, that I am rooting for them, you can root for them because they have a Filipino on the roster. Lauren Brill. There's a There's a couple of Filipinos in the tournament. UVA Cavaliers, Virginia Cavaliers. They have a Filipino and he plays a lot. So if you watch UVA, you would see him play. Kihei Clark is his name. Out of California, I believe. little guy. I mean, he's Filipino.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Little guy. So if you ever watch UVA and say, "Hey, is that dude Asian?" Yes, he is, and he's Filipino. Look on his Twitter. He has the Filipino flag next to his name. Um, Arizona State. They have a Filipino on their team. Let me get his name real quick because I don't want to get it wrong. Arizona State has Remy Martin. He also plays Filipino. So if you want to cheer for someone on the West Coast, Arizona State has a Filipino playing. And I was trying to see if Utah made it, because Utah, the University of Utah, I don't know what their mascot is. The Utes? I think it is the Utes.
Is it really?
Well, Utah, they have a Filipino on their team also named Cedric Bearfield. But I don't think they made the tournament. I was hoping they would squeak in there, but I don't think they did. Yeah, Cedric Bearfield. He's a good one. But yeah. But Arizona State, they're in the tournament. They squeaked in. Check out Remy Martin. He's a good one. And Kihei Clark. I think that's how you say his name. Kihei Clark. I don't know. You'll know him if you saw him. Okay. If you see him on the team. He's an Asian guy. And if you watch Old Dominion, the Asian guy sitting on the bench, he's Filipino. And I've talked to him. I give him props for
just being on
for
the team.
Representing. Yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And I'm always pulling for the underdog. And for me, I think of Filipinos as the underdog getting into the NCAAs. So yeah, take it for what it is.
Okay.
There might be other Filipinos out there. I don't know all the teams rosters.
Right.
I mean, like I said, there's no way anyone would know that Old Dominion University has a Filipino on the team other than me telling you guys right now.
Yeah, because he doesn't get much playing time.
That Old Dominion has a Filipino on the team. They also have a Filipino on the girls' team. I think they might be the only university in the college that has a Filipino on the men and the women's roster. She is sitting out the year because she's transferring.
Oh.
Which means through NCAA rules, you have to sit out a year if you transfer from one college to another college, unless you graduated, and you can play right away. But yeah, she will be playing next year for Old Dominion. So yeah, they have a Pinay on the girls' team and a Pinoy on the guys' team. I don't know of any other college in the country that has that. Again, I don't know everyone's rosters, but I'm pretty confident in me saying that they are the only team. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so those three teams I do know is Arizona State, UVA, and Old Dominion. So if we were going to pick the brackets by Filipinos,
what other way is there? I mean, come on.
Some people pick it by mascots. Some people pick it by colors.
Whatever worked for you, I guess, right?
We could pick it by Filipinos on the roster. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Nope. Not at all.
And to be honest, that probably works just as well as me studying every team and filling out my own bracket, because it never goes right. Never goes right. You could be the most prolific expert on the NCAA college basketball teams, and you're still not gonna get it right.
Is anybody offering money for the perfect brackets?
Oh yeah, there's always people.
Yeah.
I don't know if Warren Buffett is doing it again this year. Is it Warren Buffett?
I don't remember.
I think Warren Buffett. He has a bracket thing, and I believe he offers $1 billion to the winner if you pick a perfect bracket. I'm not sure. I'm going to look that up right now, but he does that every year, and no one ever comes even close. Warren, look at, I just googled Warren Buffett and the bracket thing. $1 million a year for life. That's
Yeah, depends on how old you are, but yeah.
Yeah, $1 million a year for life if you can get a perfect bracket. I don't know if he's doing that this year. He did it last year. And like I said, nobody is even. Oh, yeah, he is doing it again this year. I'm reading it now. 2019 March Madness bracket contest prize $1 million a year for life from Mr. Warren Buffett. I want to keep saying Jimmy Buffett, but
totally different people.
it's the same. The two old white guys.
You could ask anyone for either one for money, and they would probably be able to help you.
Saying. They're the same to me. One lives in Margaritaville. One lives on Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yep. Famous investor Warren Buffett ranks as the world's third richest person. He has $83 billion to his name.
So $1 million a year to him is like whatever.
That's like buying a hamburger.
I know. Let me get some pocket change out for you. Here you go, Sonny. It's $1 million.
Oh, is that time of year? Here's $1 million.
Yeah.
But he's smart because he knows damn well ain't nobody gonna pick it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna pick it right. Because there's always that fluke team that just does something crazy. Like last year, how UMBC beat UVA.
Mm-hmm.
Number 16 seed beat a number 1 seed. Never happened ever.
Right.
And it happened last year and just destroyed everyone's brackets, including mine. Because nobody in their right minds will pick a number 16 seed to beat a number 1 seed. Hence, the reason people picking mascots do better than people that actually know the games. But I don't think the Filipino kid was on the team last year. So
yeah, there you go.
UVA, they're that much better this year. I wouldn't have picked them last year. No Filipino. This year, Filipino. They're going to the Final Four.
We were somewhere when UVA lost, right?
We were in the DC.
Yeah.
We were in Washington DC, Maryland, really. But
yeah,
we were in the DC area. We were at the National Harbor.
Oh, that's when we were.
It was Good Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it wasn't Good Friday. It was a Friday during Lent.
Right.
Which means we weren't eating meat because we're good Christians. I mean, we're good Catholics.
I'm so Catholic, but yeah.
So we went to a seafood restaurant over there. I don't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's in the National Harbor.
Oh yeah.
And then, one of the criteria for the restaurant we were looking for had to be playing these basketball games on the TVs, and above the bar, they had the UVA game going, and I was like, "What the hell?" We couldn't hear it.
Yeah,
we couldn't hear what was going on. I could just see the score.
And I think we finished the game when we went back to the hotel room.
No, I finished the game there.
Oh, what am I thinking of then? Okay. Oh no, I was watching like a recap of everyone going, it is the most that's the craziest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, like I said, we couldn't hear it because we were in a crowded restaurant and they had other games going on, and most of the people in that restaurant had no clue the significance of that moment. And I was even telling you.
Yeah.
I even kept saying to you, do you understand the significance of this moment?
And you had to explain it to me because I like slowly.
No number 1 team has ever lost to a number 16 seed ever in the tournament. And it happened
to UVA.
Dang. While we were in a restaurant where nobody cared. Except me.
Right.
Yeah, we walked around for like half an hour trying to find a place to eat that day because of our criteria.
Yep, our Lenten observance of abstinence from meat on Friday.
No meat, and it had to have the basketball games on.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple other places I think were in the options, but yeah, that was a good place.
Yeah,
I wish I could remember the name of the place.
I'm trying to remember the restaurant.
I remember the restaurant perfectly. I remember where it was. It was on the corner.
I'm trying to remember if that's the place where I got the scallop po' boy or not, or I don't know.
I mean, if I looked at a map of the Inner Harbor right now, I could point exactly at where it was.
Okay.
It was like 2 blocks from our hotel, and it was right on the corner. That was exactly 1 year ago today. Or 1 year ago yesterday. That this happened.
Wow, okay.
My Google Memories keeps popping up on my phone.
Oh, okay.
With pictures from that weekend.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, that's how I remember that. I said 1 year ago today, you were at this place. I'm like, well, yeah. When we went to see the cherry blossoms that didn't bloom.
Yeah. We were so like, yes, we have gotten this planned out perfectly for what is it going to be with the maximum bloom, is that the term? Or peak bloom. And that was
the experts had said, hey, March what's today? Today's March 17th that
Yeah.
we're recording this.
Right.
St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Yeah, it said peak bloom will be from March 16th through March 20th.
Right.
These experts said all this. So we planned our trip like 3 weeks in advance.
Right.
And like during that 3 weeks, there was a snowstorm in Washington, D.C., which delayed peak bloom.
Yeah.
So when we finally got to D.C., there was a cherry blossom festival, but no cherry blossoms.
I remember we were walking around and I'm like, hey, there's some cherry blossoms. You're like, don't even look at those. We're going to go look for the real peak bloom. That's not even worth looking at.
We just saw one tree with cherry blossoms.
I know. And I was like, let me take a picture. You're like, what are you even taking a picture? I was like, looking at it. And you're like, we don't even need to look at that. We're going into the main part of this whole thing. And you went to spiel about how they were a gift for, to Eleanor Roosevelt or something, and this whole thing, and we got up there and we saw the plaque and the empty trees.
No blooms.
Like, wow,
nothing. There was a festival going on.
Yeah,
they had a festival going on. Nobody was there,
right?
Because there was no cherry blossoms blooming.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, this morning or this afternoon, as I was driving down the street, over here, there's cherry blossoms lined up all up and down the street over here. I'm like, there's more cherry blossoms here than
I'm a little bitter every time I see cherry blossoms now. Like, man, dang.
Because we were going to the big old. This is like the big thing in Washington D.C. The cherry blossom festival.
It was a nice setup. Even when we got to the hotel room, there was this channel that had the whole history of the cherry blossoms. I was just like, hey, bro, everybody was set for it. Just the no cherry blossoms. What can you do?
Yeah, there's signs everywhere telling you which way to go to see the cherry blossom. There was traffic diversions because of all the people that expected that weekend.
Yeah.
And nothing. But it was still a good weekend.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And don't get me wrong, just that one part of it was a little disappointing. And that was, like I said, just one part, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's when we just went for the hell of it.
Yeah.
I said we're gonna go to DC for just the hell of it, and we picked the reason. The reason was the cherry blossoms.
Right. So there you go.
Also, Justin Timberlake was playing that weekend also, but we didn't go see that.
No.
I did. Well, yeah. Lots of stories with that. I'm not gonna get into him. I have a history with Justin Timberlake, but
what?
Me and Justin Timberlake, we have a history.
I didn't know there was a history.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get into that another day.
All righty.
Which is not today. I may see him again next month. Me and JT might hang out or something.
Ah.
We shall see. But yeah, college basketball is my life for the next 2 weeks. Maybe even 3 weeks if my team advances. Shoot, if they win it all, it's my life. It's
okay. So just to be clear, obviously ODU is your team.
Yes.
UNC is your team.
I cheer for University of North Carolina.
Is there another couple that you're like really big on? UVA again?
I cheer for UVA
because
every now and then.
Yeah. Anybody else?
They're a homeschool.
Right.
That's basically it. I mean, I have friends from other colleges every now and then, and I will cheer for their colleges because they're cheering for them. But
is there a team that school that you will not cheer for? Like absolutely Duke. Okay.
Screw Duke.
Okay. Just
never in my life will I cheer for Duke.
Okay. So they're the equivalent of the Cowboys, like for you.
Yeah, I don't ever cheer for the Cowboys, and I don't ever cheer for Duke Blue Devils. There's some other schools where I don't like the people, but Cincinnati I don't like. VCU, you'll never find me cheering for Virginia Commonwealth.
Well, that's our classic rival.
Yeah, that's our rival.
Yeah,
I won't cheer for them
right
anymore. I did cheer for them.
Yeah,
back when they went on their big Final Four run back in 2010. 2011?
I don't remember. It wasn't that long
back in
ago.
2011 when they went to the Final Four. I did cheer for them, but the dynamics of the rivalry have changed in the last 8 years. They become stuck up snobs.
The entire school just
Yes.
I'm just trying to figure
Every
out.
single person who went or is going to Virginia
Is it because they
Commonwealth,
went to the Final Four that one time?
is a stuck-up snob.
Okay.
You know who you're talking. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are.
Look into your soul. You know it to be true. Apparently.
Stuck-up snobs. A lot of my good friends are from Virginia Commonwealth.
I know. It's like I'm just picturing people from Lucia going, "What?" Like,
please, they know. They know. They knew as soon as I said I cheer for Old Dominion for the Old Dominion Monarchs. They know right away. I don't like you guys. I already don't like you guys.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Duke. Like I said, I've cheered for North Carolina, University of North Carolina Tar Heels for years, since 1986, when this kid from Virginia Beach, Virginia, named J.R. Reed, decided to go to the University of North Carolina. I cheered for even before that. You know, they had a guy named Michael Jordan.
I know. I was gonna say. That's where I thought you were going. Like 86. Wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah, I mean, I liked them back in '82 with Michael Jordan and James Worthy and Jimmy Black, and I know all of that.
Yeah, whatever. Those guys.
But I actually had a connection with UNC when J.R. Reed went to North Carolina. We had the same sixth grade teacher. Sixth grade teachers. We had several. Fifth and sixth grade teachers. My fifth grade teachers and sixth grade teachers said, "Yeah, I remember J.R. Reed when he was in my class." I was like, "Oh, cool. We had the same teachers." Of course, they were like 10 years younger when he went to school with them, but just that connection made me watch them and cheer for them. And all of a sudden, I'm watching them every year, and I'm cheering for them every year. So yeah, I mean, every now and then I'll cheer for like San Diego State, or I like a lot of smaller teams. I don't like to cheer for the big schools, but other than Carolina and UVA. But I like the smaller. I like the underdogs. I like the mid majors. Like I said, I have a lot of family that went to like college and some California schools. A friend of ours, he works at Stanford. So I find myself cheering for Stanford every now and then.
Just because of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He works at Stanford. When I went to visit him in Stanford, we watched Stanford play Arizona. At the time, Arizona was the #1 ranked team in the country. So I was cheering for Stanford. I get emails because I went to that game. I bought tickets. This was like 10 years ago.
Right.
I bought tickets to this watch Stanford play Arizona State, and now I'm getting emails daily from University of Stanford athletics telling me, "Hey, why don't you buy tickets for
the past 10 years?"
Yes, they're like, "Look,
they don't have an opt-out thing on their email, or you still feel like doing it?
I just too lazy to. I don't ever like opting out of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of times, a lot of the opt-out emails sort of put you on more emails. I mean, a lot of them do.
Right.
And plus, it's easy just to filter them out to a spam folder than it is for me to.
That's true.
To actually opt out. But I mean, I'm sure University of Stanford isn't spamming.
I was going to say, like they're one of the people I wouldn't worry too much about that kind of stuff.
Isn't farming me out to third parties for my email address, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe those Stanford.
Maybe they're getting paid a lot by somebody bribing them to take. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. You can't trust a team with a tree as a mascot.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that, did you?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to think of their mascot, their logo.
It's a tree.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that is a tree, isn't it? Okay.
We have a lion for Old Dominion,
right?
But yeah, Stanford has the tree.
Okie doke.
Because I know you're into like to logos and mascots and all that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you're not into mascots.
Well, I mean, I'm interested. The
Banana Slugs. They are the University of Santa Barbara.
Oh.
One of my favorites of all time mascots.
Okay, now I'm curious about what they look like.
But the Banana Slugs?
Yeah.
You would know if you're a Pulp Fiction fan. Because John Travolta I'm spoiling part of the movie.
Oh, is that when he's wearing the shirt?
Yeah, when
Oh,
when they killed some guy and got blood all over themselves.
right.
Spoiler. They killed somebody and got blood on
There's
themselves.
blood and killing people in that
And the
movie.
wolf dude gave them clothes, you know, because they had to trash their nice suits. He gave them a
What
shirt.
do they look like? Dorks.
Yeah. He gave them a shirt from the University of Santa Barbara. The Banana Slugs.
God.
I've seen that movie like 20 times.
I actually got into a debate not too long ago. Which was better, that movie or
Forrest Gump.
yeah?
Pulp Fiction by a mile.
I know.
By a mile.
You know the point.
And I love Forrest Gump.
It was a fun movie.
love Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Pulp Fiction by a mile.
I give it props. Yeah, I was saying the exact same thing. It's a good movie, but it's like a sentimentality thing. It's not like it's groundbreaking.
I love Forrest Gump. Love it.
Right.
Jenny. You know, I can go on.
Yeah.
But comparing the two movies, Pulp Fiction was the better movie, and Pulp Fiction should have won the Oscar that year over Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Forrest Gump had Tom Hanks, and
he was a force to be reckoned with. Like,
yeah,
it's like, oh, there's the Oscar already.
Yeah.
I'll just hand it to him when he gets in the front door.
I think this was right after he did Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think he did. Didn't he do back to back?
Yeah, and I think Philadelphia came first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then Forrest Gump.
Right.
And Pulp Fiction at the time was crazy weird.
It was like there was nothing before that was just like that. I mean,
except for maybe Reservoir Dogs, which is same director.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people loved Pulp Fiction at the time because it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
It was so unique at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Forrest Gump was unique too in its own way, but not like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I mean, I got into the debate. In the end, it was all about how the person felt, and you can't debate that. That's like, okay, that's pure opinion.
Yes, you can.
Well, no, the guy goes,
your feelings are wrong.
Okay. Yeah, you could say that too, but the guy was my boss, so I had to quit. That's all I'm saying.
It's the same debate I have with people who like The Notebook. Your feelings are wrong. The Notebook sucks. The Notebook is a terrible movie, and it goes against my judgment of Ryan Gosling movies being awesome. The Notebook is is against that theory. I've liked every Ryan Gosling movie except The Notebook.
Okay.
Same thing with Rachel McAdams. She makes great movies. Even The Hot Chick was a great movie, but not The Notebook. The Notebook was terrible. 2 minutes into the movie, I figured out the twist. I was like, oh, now the movie sucks.
Okay.
And all you people who love it think it's a great love story. No, it's not a great love story. It's boring. It's wrong. She should have been with the other guy.
Dang. All right. Seemed like we touched a little tender nerve there. I was like, whoa. You ranted a little bit longer than I expected on that. Well, I didn't even expect to get on The Notebook. But sure.
Because people only like The Notebook because they think they love the love story.
Uh-huh.
No, you're being manipulated to love the love story. It's a manipulation.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're a sophisticated movie watcher. Not everybody is on the same level as you, and I'm not trying.
That's why you should listen to me.
I'm just saying. So, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass or anything. I'm just saying, just because you have a certain perspective doesn't mean that they have their own views based on their background, right? I mean, you can't just give it to them if they really like that movie because it touched them in a way that maybe you're immune to or whatever. I don't know how else to put it, but
I've been touched by other movies.
Yeah,
I've been touched by good movies.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I always say there's a point where you can't debate opinion, but you can. Your thing is your opinion could be wrong.
It is.
Okay. All right. All right. That's your opinion. I don't want to debate it. So there you go.
Yeah, Notebook. It's a lot of Tagalog movies, a lot of Filipino movies use the same
formula,
The Notebook. And I don't like a lot of those movies. I mean, I wish those type of movies would die. And don't get me wrong, I like a good romance.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good romantic movie, but movies like that suck.
Are you
Or
still watching a lot of Filipino romantic movies, or you
every
haven't?
now and then.
Is there one that I haven't watched them? I have ever, or I've watched them, but it's been a long time. Is there one that I should watch that I should look for?
Nah.
No. And I know this is one guy asking another guy what a good, I guess romantic comedy or just romantic movie. Every now and then I like one too. I like to watch them.
They're on Netflix.
Yeah,
just type Filipino movies on Netflix.
But there's nothing that you would like say this is a must watch or this is like high up on my list of things to watch.
No, there is a movie making the film festival circuits right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could because I feel dumb bringing it up and not knowing what it is. But there is a movie out there right now, a Tagalog movie that is, I heard, pretty good. I don't know, but yeah, if you ask me right now what movie, to like bring up on Netflix, I was like, I don't know. I mean, there's some good historical ones. Genero Luna is on Netflix, I believe. That one is a good one. And that's, I believe, a sequel to another one that I can't remember. It's also good. But I'm trying to bring it up on Netflix, and my Netflix is signed out for some reason. I never sign out of my Netflix. And now I've got to remember my damn password. Yeah. I'm about to say it out loud as I type it. Okay, I got it. Let me see. General Luna, spelled with an H. I'm not, it's not General Luna, and I'm saying it with a silent G, like,
Yeah, right.
Like I'm trying to be cool.
Right.
No, it's General Luna with an H. That one is that one's a Tagalog movie that I think is pretty good. Let's see what else is on there. All of You, that's on Netflix. That one's a decent one. There's your love story. It's about two people who find love like on Tinder kind of thing.
Okay.
I watched that one night. I was like, okay, that's cool. That one's all right. Kita Kita. That one's cool too on Netflix. That one's romantic comedy. Kita Kita. Which is funny because it's about a blind girl.
Oh.
and Kita Kita means see. Yeah. Which it's about a guy who likes a blind girl. So yeah, those are decent. I'm trying to find the damn what General Luna was tied to. The Mistress is also on Netflix. I didn't like that one though. Beauty and the Bestie. I didn't like that one either. Let's see. She's Dating the Gangster. I didn't watch that one because I believe it's a remake of a Korean one called My Wife is a Gangster.
Oh.
I think. Which I loved. I love the Korean My Wife is a Gangster. And I saw She's Dating a Gangster. Well, I don't know. It's not. I'm looking at the damn preview that's popping up now. It's not like it. It looks like it doesn't look like something I'd watch. Maybe I will, so I can hate on it. Goyo, the boy general. Maybe that's the sequel to.
Sounds like it could
yes,
be.
It is.
Okay.
I'm looking it up now. Goyo, the boy general, is the sequel to General Luna. Brash ladies man. I'm reading the title or the description. Brash ladies man Gregorio Goyo de Pilar rises to become one of the Philippines' youngest generals in the historical epic sequel to General Luna. So yeah. And General Luna is sort of a depiction of a historical event about General Antonio Luna leading the fight for independence from the U.S. during the Filipino-American War. So yeah, if you want to, it's. I don't know my Philippine history that well.
Right.
but I've seen the movie Henry Luna, and now I feel like I'm a Philippine history expert. So
Okay.
if the facts of that movie are wrong, my facts are wrong.
Okay.
So, like I said, they're all. I mean, I remember I used back a long time ago. I used to go to the Filipino. There used to be a Filipino video store here,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go in there at random and just pick random movies, not knowing anything about any movie. Because there was the internet at the time, but there was no. It's not like I would. There was no like Rotten Tomatoes for Filipino movies or.
So you say thing with hit or miss, just kind of guess.
Yeah, it was
He was judging a book by its cover.
it was a
basically.
game. Yeah, it was a game to me. It was like trying to find a good one.
Right.
And you depend a lot on the video stores employees on their recommendations or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So they would put out the popular ones in the Philippines, and we wouldn't know what's popular here in Virginia Beach.
So they could say something that was totally off or whatever.
Yeah, well, they showed me it. They often they would guide me to good movies. So, I mean, I've a long time ago. That's how I watched my Filipino movies, was that way. It's not like I knew what was popular. But now I just watch whatever's on Netflix. If it ain't on Netflix, I'm probably not watching it. But yeah. Can't Help Falling in Love. That's one on Netflix that I haven't seen yet. But it will go into my queue. It looks like a romantic comedy. So yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to watch any of those,
Okay.
you're not watching any of those. I know it now. You're not gonna watch one of those.
Probably not. Just want to know. If there was one that you said that was gushing, but you said a whole bunch, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to review this video, actually listen to this episode.
Henry Luna.
Just that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Henry Luna.
But again, that's not a love story or anything. All the other ones I talked about, except for
Is that like
Goyo.
watching? Is that like I don't know, Saving Private Ryan kind of thing, or
Don't think of it as Saving Private Ryan. Think of it as watching
Memphis Belle?
No, not even that. Let's go.
I'm thinking of war movies. That's all that's popping in my head. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that you have seen, but
it's not a war. You don't think it was a war movie?
it's a war movie, but it's not like it's not
The war secondary.
Yeah, there's not a lot of war in it.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to think of a movie like that. And the only one I could think of is the damn Winston Churchill one, The Darkest Hour.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah,
one.
I know you didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which I know a lot of people loved and a lot of people don't like.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what you've seen anyways.
Yeah, I know you don't. I don't know what I've seen. I have to look. I was looking at my collection of DVDs you told me to get rid of a while ago, so that still didn't help.
I bet you haven't seen half of those. I bet you haven't seen a third of those.
No, I've seen like about 3/4 of those. Oh, you're talking about the ones that are in the shelf? Yeah.
Yeah, on the shelf.
Yeah, on 3/4 of those. I've seen at least 3/4 of those. The ones that are stacked up are not all mine. I inherited some of those Blu-rays from other people, so I haven't seen a lot of them. I would say I've seen a little more than half.
Okay. Who buys Blu-rays anymore?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, who does?
I don't. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff on DVD still.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't bought a Blu-ray in forever. I don't even have a Blu-ray machine. I have a PS4
Right.
that plays Blu-rays.
It just happens to play Blu-ray.
Yes, I don't have a dedicated Blu-ray machine.
If it didn't play Blu-rays, you wouldn't care, right?
If it didn't play Blu-rays, I wouldn't have any Blu-ray discs. Let's just say that.
Okay.
I'm good just renting DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
So, because my TV ain't top shelf TV anyway, so it's not like I'm getting Blu-ray quality out of it anyways.
Right.
So, yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a Blu-ray player.
Yep. So anyway,
I don't know. What would you watch? What would you tell people to watch themselves if you were to tell someone, "Hey, watch this on Netflix"?
I mean, the only thing I watch on Netflix has been The Umbrella Academy, and I recommend that, but it's not for everybody. It's not like
Yeah,
if you like the comic book genre, then yeah, you could watch it. But if you're not a comic book person, I don't know.
I mean, I liked it, but it's not the best.
No, I enjoyed it definitely, but yeah,
I don't recommend it to people
yeah.
unless you're super geeky.
Well, I mean, like it's one of those things where I was in a poker game last night, and someone's like, "Hey, anybody here seen the Umbrella Academy?" And I gauged his reaction to it, how he was saying, and I'm like, oh, "Yeah, that's good." And then we're like, "Yeah." Basically, we're both agreeing that we enjoyed it, but I don't push it on anybody, especially like, "Hey, you gotta watch this." So, and that's the only thing I've really watched on Netflix in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months.
Really, and yet you pay $12 a month for
I
it.
know.
Or what is how much is it now? $10.99?
Something like that, yeah.
Dude, I watch it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. You should watch. You would like this one. Love, Death, and Robots. Man, you would love it.
Love, Death, and Robots?
Yes, you would love it.
Huh.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
That's your next splurge there, Sterno.
Is that a movie or a series?
It's a series, TV show, TV series.
I even saw that one.
It's not there. In fact, I'm surprised with the algorithm of Netflix. That should be like the number one movie on your.
Apparently, I don't really watch enough for it to even work.
Like what would be the number one movie on your suggested list?
I don't know.
For Netflix, is it?
Because for a while,
Care Bears?
All I was watching was just stand-up comedy because that's all I really was in the mood for.
Love, Death, and Robots. That was like the number one listed thing on my suggested things. I watched it and I loved it. It's I think there's 18 episodes. I've gone through 11.
Right.
Really good. Really sci-fi. Hence the robots from Love,
I got
Death, and Robots.
Somehow I was able to put that together. I don't know how I was able to do that.
There's very little love in the series. A lot of robots, a lot of death. Let me just stress that. A lot of death and a lot of robots.
Okay.
Very little love.
Gotcha.
But it's very interesting. I love it. That's something I've been pushing on people. Some episodes are so. I'll admit some week. Some are not. There's something about yogurt in there I didn't like. So yeah, there's some weird things in there. Oh yeah, watch that next, Sterno, and we can discuss. You never got into Black Mirror, so we can never discuss Black Mirror.
No, I don't know why. I just never did. I enjoyed the one episode that you told me to watch.
I know, and if you love that, you would love the other 3 seasons.
Like number one
on your most suggested list, right?
New releases, and I mean, things the upper left corner.
First thing that pops up. Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh my gosh! Okay, add to my list. There you go.
You're just ignoring it every time you bring it up and say, "Oh, where are the Care Bears?"
Let me scroll to some stand-up comedy or anime. Basically, is what I do. Or
did you watch Ken Jeong's?
Not yet.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is it?
The Ken Jeong comedy one is a funny one.
I don't always find him funny. That's why I didn't really jump on it. But you think it's good? It's worthwhile.
Oh yes.
Okay. I mean, I'm just being honest. He's funny. He's like a lot of times he'll crack me up, but other times I'm like, So okay.
Maybe you're weird.
Maybe. I'm okay with being weird.
Yep. Joe Coy's next one's coming up soon on Netflix. Like in the next 2 weeks, I believe. Mm-hmm. At the end of the month, I believe it comes out.
Do you know where he recorded it? Or
Hawaii.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So the show that we saw when he came to Virginia, we're going to get a lot of those jokes.
So we were like I don't know, tune-up? I don't know if that's what you would call it. He was like testing out new material, right?
Yeah, but he's toured the country with this material also.
So we're not the
It's
only
not
ones.
like he just tested it on us. No, he
No.
tested it on the 30 other cities that he went to.
Right. That's fine. I mean,
Yeah. So we will hear certain jokes.
I mean, I don't know if it was him or someone else, but I remember hearing somebody talk about how it's sort of unfair for comedians because, like, with musicians, they can play one song over and over and over again, but there's a limit to how many times like a comedian can tell the same jokes.
And yet people always ask for them to tell the same jokes.
Right. So
they always say, "Hey, do that joke. Do that joke."
That's why some of them have those long running jokes like "you might be a redneck if" or whatever. Or, those they have a vein, but they put a little variation into it. But yeah, I mean, I was worried when we saw him live that we might be too much of the same material, but it was all like, I can't remember very much of anything being a repetition of. Did he do anything old from that set that he did for us?
What do you mean?
Like when we saw Joe Coy live, were there any old jokes? I think it felt like it was all new, but maybe I'm just forgetting it now.
The thing is, I am such a big Joe Coy fan that I know. I mean, I listen to every one of his podcasts. I've watched a lot of his YouTube videos, so I had heard some of those jokes already, but I know I only heard them because I do listen to everything that he does.
Okay.
So I knew it was not new to me, but it was new to everybody. So I'm the wrong person to ask that.
Okay.
I'll admit, yes, I had heard some of the jokes. I heard some of them start on the podcast, and I could see him forming it into an actual set. Stuff like that. You can tell if you listen to his podcast. He'll come up with stuff, and you could say, "Hey, that'll be a good joke if he could form it and create it." So, yes, I know some of that stuff, but I'm not gonna spoil it for everyone else and say, "Hey, I know this joke."
Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect it to do that, but
Mungo beans, yeah, I know this one.
Right. That was funny.
Yeah, and that'll probably be on the Hawaii show. So let's do a Tagalog word of the day.
Sure. This is the part of our podcast where we educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither Boogie nor I are actual native speakers of Filipino or Tagalog. So if we get some aspect of the word incorrect, like its pronunciation, general usage, some grammatical part of it or whatever, feel free to let us know because we value your feedback and we want to be as accurate as possible. But please keep in mind that we have said in the past, and we will continue to say that this is not an educational, knowledge-based podcast type deal right here. We're just doing this for the fun of it. So we're just sharing a piece of the culture so that you can maybe use the language in front of your friends, or if someone uses the word or phrase in front of you, you can have an idea what they're talking about. So like we said, let us know if we get it wrong, but be nice about it because we're sensitive people and who wants to get bad, really mean emails or whatever. Do you have a word or a phrase, Boogie?
Okay. I think we're just gonna with makita.
Makita.
Since we said kita earlier.
Sure.
Makita. Yeah, and kita can also mean us. So kita.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Kita means sorta. That's but yeah, we'll use makita, which means to see.
Right.
Makita siya or makita ang babae sa kotse.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where's he gonna go with this?
Makita ang movie sa TV. I don't know.
Yeah. Netflix. Sure.
Makita.
So it's like makita, our word of the day.
Makita.
Cool.
Means to see. Sight. Anything else there, Stardo?
No, I think I'm good.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on Facebook on facebook.com/thesinigang. And look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL, www.sini-gang.com. And that should take you to our videos. And if you go there, please like, subscribe, comment, get that bell thing going because that would be awesome. So until next time, this is Sterno Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening and
Sige na. You good?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week for our next episode. Till then, take care.